Welcome to the Playback Podcast, presented by Car, your weekly podcast featuring America's favorite dancers, hosted by America's favorite road warriors. We're your hosts, Jocelyn, Kristyn, and Olivia. We had the biggest weekend of Car Productions regional events ever.
Literally.
We did that, you guys.
So cool.
Kudos to our entire team. Like, everyone from Noah Ricklands to all of our truck drivers. Like, literally everyone put in
Our
so much work.
CCS team
That's
in
what I'm
office
saying.
working on the weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
No, it was such a huge weekend, and it really just goes to show when you have a team of people who are so passionate about what they do and love it and are willing to give it 120%. Like, we did that. We
One
had
team, one dream.
Yeah, it's true. And we
Really?
had 3 ultras, which was the first
Huge.
time
So fun.
ever. It was just such a good weekend. So we're going to get right into it.
Ooh. We're starting out with our future star. You know, we have to. I was in Fredericksburg and we had 2 stages running at one time. It was wild, but we did it. Crazy. Never been there before. Kind of cool. My future star is Addison from Gainesville Dance Center. She had 431 River. I saw her rehearsing over by stage 1. She had boot tap shoes. And I said, okay, yep, I'm going to go and watch that performance. So I literally ran over when I heard them announcing River. And I was like, I need to go and watch this performance right now, right now. And she had on like a corset style costume with a long flowy skirt. And she used it. And it's like that Bank song River that is super popular. And the way that she did it was so different than everything that I had seen before. I was looking through my brows when I was watching her performance. I was channeling my inner Jocelyn for sure. She hit every moment. Her timing was immaculate. It was so precisely done. So I want to give a huge shout out to her choreographer for that. I feel like she really just took the time to choreograph this routine and understand every single beat in that performance. The intention behind every step was incredible, and she was completely locked in from rehearsing side stage on stage 1 to performing on stage 2. I was like, yep, you got it, girl. So she's my future star. Congratulations. Killed it. I believe she got 5th overall, and when her music played during awards, everyone was screaming, and I was like, okay, she's the girl.
She's that girl.
She's that girl.
Love it. Okay. I found that girl too.
Okay.
I had that girl at my show. I was at Ultra Denver 2. So we had 2 different Denver shows, completely separate. And this girl is from Summit Dance Academy. Her name is Jasmine Jackson. And she performed 252 dancing. From the second she started, I was in complete awe. You can tell her feet, her lines. She must be in ballet every day of her life. She's just so effortlessly clean and poised, and I was completely in awe. Number 1, because I was waiting for that power performance. Like, I was literally waiting, and I think all of our judges were also just in awe. They completely forgot power performances existed in that moment in time.
Dang.
Because I'm literally looking and I'm like, how, and I'm like waiting,
Like
I'm like
somebody
ready to hit it, and I'm like literally like, wait. And then nothing, and I'm like pulling up that background music, mad. I'm like, I'm furious right
You're
now.
like, I'm
And
gonna
then
hit
she
the
won,
button just
and then
'cause.
she won, and I was like,
Yep.
okay. And that's where I think this girl was so insanely beautiful that they were just in a trance.
Like 2 in the moment.
They were
don't
2
even think about the buttons.
Right. They were just there taking it all in. She was so beautifully stunning. They did a couple group ballet routines as well, and she was the star of all of them. So she's my future star, Jasmine Jackson. You guys better watch out.
All right.
Wow.
All right. My future star is Julieta Moya from Paramount Dance Studios. This dancer came out on the stage, and her dance was called Splish Splash. It was number 337, Splish Splash. I thought she was going to come out Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. I thought I was ready for it. I was like, all right, here we go. 9 years old. What you would expect.
Right.
Yeah.
No, she came out and it was like the coolest contemporary jazz style. Like, she was dressed like a sailor in like the coolest like sailor cute costume. And I don't know, I don't even know the actual song right now, but it's like it was the coolest take I've ever seen on with this song. And the concept was just really, really interesting. She was locked in on her character from start to finish. Literally from the, like, she held her ending pose for a moment there, and I was like, I want it to keep going. I want this dance to keep going. Her lines were gorgeous, but I just think she had me like fully engaged the whole time because she was telling a story. She knew the story she was telling. At 9 years old, sometimes it's like, we're just trying to get you to point your feet. But she was beautiful, and I'm just so excited to see where she goes. This whole city the talent was insane.
Oh, yeah.
Florida's crazy.
Florida's wild.
So crazy. But this 9-year-old dancer was phenomenal. So good. Julieta. Killing it.
Killing it, girl. Okay, now we're going to get into our picks of the weekend. So like I said, I was in Fredericksburg. So fun. So cool. It was cool to bounce back and forth between the two stages running at the same time. On the last day, it was just one stage. And this performance, I saw them check in backstage. I was helping backstage get everyone checked in, make sure everyone felt good, props, all of that fun stuff. So I'm back there, and this girl dressed like she was 100 comes backstage, and she's like, I'm checking in for Golden Girls. And I was like, get out of town. I need to watch this from the front immediately. And then I see 5 other 100-year-olds come backstage, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna go and watch this one from the front. Hip-hop performance from the Dance Academy of Loudon. Hip-hop as old ladies and older people is so funny to me, because they like give them like the padding in the butt and everything, and it's just so funny to me. They had on like the ballet flats, they had the walkers, like the costuming was just chef's kiss. I loved it. Obviously, they started out where they're like turning the channels, and then Thank You for Being a Friend comes on, and then they're just hitting a beat out of nowhere. And it was great. It was just the way that the entire audience was cheering for each other. Like all the different studios were cheering for them, because they were like, this is awesome, because they look like they're 100. They're hitting a pocket, and it just makes sense. The best part was that they hit the mustard in the middle of it. The Kendrick moment, and everyone in the audience was yelling mustard while they were doing it, and I was like, this is incredible. Academy of Dance, the Dance Academy of Loudon had incredible hip-hop all weekend long, but this one was my favorite because it had a theme, and I love a theme.
You know, they just love that one too.
You know that was their favorite one. Like the entire audience was cheering for them, like from their studio and everyone else, and I was just like, yes. I went and sat front row for that one. I think my backstage coordinators came to the front to see that one too. Because when you see 5 old people come back there, you have to go and watch.
You gotta.
You have to. It was awesome. They were awesome. The entire weekend. We love it.
Love. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to Ultra Denver 2 and talk about Denver Dance Stars. This first performance, 184 Sunshine. I love me some tap. I feel like Denver Dance Stars does such a good job with their tap routines. They have 2 boys at their studio as well who are both so phenomenal. I love when they hit the stage. I feel like they just bring something extra to all of their routines. I feel like are just so positive, and it's just like good vibes the whole time. So I always know that like Denver Dance Stars is going to be like positive, all of the things, but this boy, Quentin Lucas, came out for 237, Why I Love the Moon. He ended up winning Competitive Plus Senior Icon of the Year. This piece was so joyful. He had this really cool, like almost mesh pastel, just short sleeve on, but like the way that he floated across the stage, I was just in complete awe the whole time. He just had such a joy about him, and you could just tell he loved what he was doing. He was working hard doing it, and I was so excited for him when he got that icon. So congratulations, Denver Dance Stars. Always love having you at our shows. You're always just so fun to watch, but I wasn't ready to get like emotional of this boy's solo. It was just so beautiful. You can tell he just loves what he does. So congrats.
Wow. All right, I'm going to talk about, I have to start with this one because this was like overall the entire team. I was getting texts like from our tallier, our like MC. Everybody was like, you have to talk about this one. This is the one. 285, My Heart's Lullaby. This is Paula Marijuan from Magic Dance Studio. This dancer is magic. She came out on the stage with this intensity in her eye that I was like, whoa, like it's such a subtle confidence that she has that it's not like in your face. It's not like she's not yelling at you, but it's like, you know that this is going to be good. Her strength, absolutely next level. Like she's in a handstand moment and she teeters down like in a full split and then like closes and then comes right back over. No thoughts in her brain. It's like it just happens. I mean, obviously like she's doing the work for it, but it looks so like effortless for her. I wrote down, this is the definition of why power performance was created, because we need to recognize excellence with this dancer. It's like she was captivating. If like we're having people who are not dancers texting saying you have to talk about this, and they don't they see dance every single day, every single weekend for years, and they're like, this is one that stood out to them. That means so much. I think it like is a different kind of moment. But yeah, power performance was created for a dancer just like this. She got everything. Power performance, first of all, icon winner, supercharged performance, ultra competitive. She's crazy. But then I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw that Carr had posted this solo like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, this is so good. Why did I miss this?
Yeah.
Why did I miss this? I wish I would have seen this sooner. I have to turn on my post notifications, and so do you. So do you.
So do you.
So you don't miss these dancers. But I'm glad I didn't see it, because it was a moment for me to watch it like for the first time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
So
totally
good.
fair.
So crazy. So good.
Okay, my next one that I want to talk about is from Gainesville Dance Center, A Chorus Line, 640. It was their production, and I had a feeling. I saw some props backstage. They were mirrors, and they had wheels, and I was like, I have a feeling this is going to be their prop for their Chorus Line performance. I was right, thank God. So they roll their mirrors on stage. They all come out, and they're in all white leotards with their character heel on, with their white hats, and I was just like, this is amazing. I'm sitting down at the tally table for this one. I was like, yes, I'm right here. I'm front and center. I am going to eat this up right now. And they ate, and I also ate it up. It was incredible. They did such a great job. It was giving Elite Academy of Dance musical theater vibes. It was giving me what I needed in that moment of that like true musical theater. They hit every chorus line moment that you were waiting for, like the step, kick, I loved it. Big fan of all things musical theater, all things tap. They even came out in the middle and they had their character heels on that had taps on them. I was like, yes, give me more of that. I live for it. Tap and musical theater all in one. Yep.
Broadway
I loved
bound.
it. They brought it. Gainesville Dance Center. You guys brought it all weekend long. This one was my favorite, gotta say.
I love them. They were at one of my shows, and
I remember
not last year, the year prior, and I loved.
I
that
remember
show.
you talking about them.
Yeah.
And so when I saw them on my schedule, I was like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Count me in for them.
Yeah, I like them. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about won the Industry Dance Awards People's Choice Award.
Okay.
Received a power performance. It was truly a masterpiece. That's the best way we can describe it. This was 359 stars from Roots Studios. Like I said, the power performance, I knew it was coming. This was a piece that was so different, and it was executed so beautifully. It almost was reminiscent of the Ohio State My Way routine.
Ooh,
Just
okay.
that oldie time feel, the jazz of it all. It was just so well done. The girl who starred in it was Mackenzie Magno. Stunning. She did such a wonderful job. She was in this gorgeous little Showtime like gold dress, and then everyone else was like in suits, like old-timey, like button-up pants.
Yep.
It was just so well done to the point where like I didn't even know how to put it into words. It was so beautifully done. The picture moments, the stylistic choices, like again, even Kristyn Farina, our judge who got up and did the power performance, was like, this was art. This was a masterpiece. I have nothing except for just gratitude. Thank you for letting us watch.
Wow.
So it was the Industry Dance Awards People's Choice Award winner nominee. So I'm really excited to see how well they do with it, because it's just so different. So I'm like, I'm curious to see how that one does this season. But aside from that, they also did 319 The Fever, which again, just a super cool stylized. I'd never heard this version of Fever before either. And it was just, again, like something about this studio. They just have a vibe to them. But my favorite was that girl Mackenzie Magno that I was shouting out. She won first overall for her self-choreographed solo, 434 Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. Again, this old timey. She had her French twist. It was just, it was so beautifully done. I was in awe. I could have watched her dance all weekend long. She's just one of those people that you can tell knows what she's good at, sticks to what she's good at. Actually, I take that back. Her other solo was completely different.
Wow.
So she can do it all. But it was just so beautifully done. I was so excited. I love when a self-choreographed studio or a performance gets that first overall. So congratulations, Root Studios. You are one to watch. Loved having you all weekend long. Shout out Amy, the entire staff. You guys are phenomenal.
Yeah, they're great.
Wow.
All right, I have another one from West Palm Beach. It is number 420, Set Sail. This is from Inspire Dance Company. This was the first overall ultra competitive teen small group. They got a power performance. They had a big boat set piece, and they had like these sails that were hanging off of it that almost like resembled like aerial silks kind of. And so they were doing like things with them. They weren't like hanging off of them, but they were dancing with them, and it was beautiful. But what stood out to me the most was their like dance break group sections. They were so clean but so intricate at the same time. Like they were doing like handstand flips, but every single dancer landed at the perfect precise moment. So props to the choreographer, but props to those dancers for putting in that work in the studio, because that's not easy to do like in sync acro tricks when there's 9 dancers or whatever it is on stage. That's so hard. And then seamlessly working through that set piece, and they got the power performance and they like hopped off of it, and it was super fun. It was so great, but they did such a great job. I hope I get to see that one again, because it was one of those I was like, oh, it's over, I want to watch it again.
Come on, keep going.
Good job, Inspire Dance Company.
Okay, the next one I want to talk about is from Rainbow Upland. This was number 429, Dancing on My Own from Elite Dance Center. I watched the little clip of it, but I needed more. So I needed to go and watch the entire thing. It was that slow version of Dancing on My Own at first, and it looked like this girl was maybe like out partying it up or something, and she was having a moment where she saw someone that maybe she used to be seeing, like some kind of storyline, and she saw them like with another person, is what I gathered from it. Like she had one heel on, one barefoot, and I was like, oh, this is unique.
Ooh, a heel and a barefoot.
Yeah. A heel and a barefoot, and I was like, yes, okay, this is cool. So I continued watching. It was just like this slow moment, the slow version of the song, and it looks like she was trying to come to terms with something. And then out of nowhere, then it starts the faster version with the beginning of it, and she's like convulsing almost, and the light is going off behind this prop that they have behind her, and all of a sudden all these dancers pop up from behind this prop that's on the stage, and it's just basically like she is living life, like dancing on her own kind of thing. Like she doesn't need whatever was over there on
Mamma
that
Mia
prop,
vibes.
whoever that person was,
Girls vibes.
whatever.
Vibes.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so unique. And I don't know if that's a story that they were trying to tell. Like maybe it was a story that I needed to see in that moment. And I was just like, whoa, this is awesome. And I need to see this performance in person, because that was really cool. I just thought it was a really funky way to tell the story, and I really resonated with it. So thank you, Elite Dance Center. I haven't ever seen you guys before, but you guys crushed it at Rainbow Upland this weekend.
That's
and
what's
I
so
loved
beautiful
that.
about dance. It's like it's up to you to decide. Like they have their own story that they're telling, and they know, but
Right.
it's like how we interpret it.
Yeah.
Well, that song is like famous for the scene in Girls.
Yes.
That old girls show.
Yeah.
Not even old. I don't want to call it an old show. It's still
It's still relevant.
relevant. But yeah, I feel like that's just such an iconic scene. So I
Yes.
feel like anytime that song comes on.
I was just
Girls
like,
fans
wow.
know.
I watched it like 4 times last night. Made my roommate come in and watch it too. I was like, wait, what are you getting? What storyline are you getting right now? Because this is what I'm seeing.
Love it.
It was cool.
Okay, I'm going to head on over to Shelley True Dance Academy.
Okay.
Tried and true, you guys. I love me some Shelley True. So first and foremost, when I think of Shelley True, I always think of like this beautiful contemporary, they're just so good at that. But they really surprised me with 322 Born to Do. They had their senior musical theater routine, and it's like that cheerleader song we all know and love. Shout out to the girl who played Skylar. I watched you all weekend long. You're so entertaining in any single style. I was just loving it. So those were the seniors, absolutely killed it. But then 195 Pity Party was their lower level competitive plus group. They got a power performance, and this was just such a fun routine. It was that it's my party, I can cry if I want to vibe, but just everyone was so committed. The costumes, the props, everything was there. It was just the perfect power performance competitive group musical theater that I could think of. Amazing. And then lastly, I have to talk about 377 Keep Me Closer, which this is what I think of when I think of Shelley True. And I mean, it got a power performance. It was absolutely stunning in that ultra competitive group level. They used shirts as their props, and it was done so well. I feel like sometimes when you're watching a piece that is revolving around a costume piece, sometimes it's like you get lost in that because you're like watching them, you know, go to the next move with that. No, it was so seamless, so smooth. You forgot that they were doing actual choreography, and it just felt natural. That's the best way I can describe it. They carried the props, the storyline so beautifully. It was just absolutely stunning.
Wow.
So yeah, shout out to Shelley True. Always love having you at our shows.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was saying the whole weekend, tried and true. It's just, you know, it's going to be wonderful every single time.
Oh, 1000%.
So yeah, shout out Shelley True. Love you guys.
Yay. Okay. Now I'm going to bounce over to the other Denver show. This was the one that was at the convention center. I need to talk about number 279, The Psychologist. This is from the Dance Movement, Colorado. This was a power performance and IDA's People's Choice Award. So I clicked on it and I had to watch it, and they came out with these chair props. Every dancer had a chair, and I just think like that's always cool. I think like when a choreographer is like, we're gonna use a chair and we're gonna use it like the whole dance, and then we're not just gonna like sit on them. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. And they had like super cool, unique choreography, like little intricate moments, super tight, super clean, but then like full out moments too that were once they were off the chair. I don't know what Colorado has. They got something cool. They got like a cool vibe, because every dance I watched I was like, this is unique, this is different, this is fun. But yeah, this dance makes sense why it got People's Choice, because when I was watching it I was like, yeah, this is so cool. And like the People's Choice is, I feel like it's supposed to like represent like what that city has to offer, and this definitely took that home for sure. Wow. You guys did a good job. Good job.
You did a good job.
Good job. Yeah.
Okay, the next one I want to talk about is from CAR, Minneapolis, from Dance Arts Center. I don't remember seeing Dance Arts Center for a few years, so I think this is their first year back since like 2022. Okay. Really excited because I always see them on TikTok posting like the silliest videos about like dance teacher like niche things, and I love it. This performance is 806. I don't remember. It was the hairography that really drew me in from the very beginning. They were wearing, similar to River, where she was wearing like that corsety long black skirt moment. They were wearing something similar to that, and they all come on stage and they all have like beautiful, stunning hair, and they take their hair down and they like flip it over and they start in like a straight line. And they are using their hair the entire time. Right. And I was like, dang, I want to be in that. But I can't imagine. So this is just like totally sidebar, but like I can't imagine, like my hair sheds a lot.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine like with all the hairography that they were doing, there was probably hair all over the stage for sure.
Oh.
1000%.
Makes their turns better.
Yeah. Anyways.
Turn like tops.
Yeah. So they're performing, right? They're performing with their hair. They're performing with their skirts. They're using their skirts. I don't think I saw one turn in that entire performance. I didn't see one crazy turn combo. I didn't see one crazy acro move in that performance. It was full out dancing. Like a dance for your life moment. Like if they had to dance for their life, they would do this performance completely. I was obsessed. I said, Dance Arts Center, you are incredible. The choreography and hairography had me in a chokehold, quite literally. I have never seen a performance where they all just hair down and they're using it.
I'm about to talk about one, but not yet.
Okay.
Saving it.
She's
it's like maturity. I think that's like hair down, like being able to dance with your hair down. 'Cause it's like they're so used to having slick back hair in every piece.
And they were so confident in it too. Like this girl, she like pulls her hair back at the end and she like gives that look of like, I know I just killed that. And I'm like, yes, you did. You absolutely did. No, I wrote on here, like, I can't even describe in words how much I loved this performance. And I wish I was sitting there live at the table to witness it because it was so cool. I can't imagine like being a judge for that performance. I would have just been like the whole time.
Minneapolis is crazy.
Minnesota dancers, they're different.
Built different. Yeah.
They're different. Their water's different or something over there.
It's the snow.
Maybe.
It's the snow.
It's a snow.
It's the snow. Okay, I am obsessed with this next studio. Starruck Academy. I have never seen them before. Wow. They won Powerhouse. They won Powerhouse Ultra Competitive Level. First, I got to start off with their first power performance because this is really when I was like, okay, this is them. 302 Hurt. This was a duet power performance. The emotional storytelling portrayed by these two dancers was so phenomenal. I have to shout out Tatum Moody. She was a standout the entire weekend. I really feel like she levels up everyone at that studio. There's something so powerful about her being when she steps out on stage, and it doesn't matter what style it is, she's giving 300%. Same thing goes for 380 Gossip Folk. This choreography was such a vibe. Like, I want to be in this dance. That's actually what I decided this weekend. I just want to go to Starstruck Dance, I think. Because every single piece that they did, I was like, oh, wait, this is so cool. I want to learn it. Like, it was just one of those studios. Put me in. I'll learn it. I'll be your swing. And then same thing for 366, The Way You Move. It was, I like the way you
Love that
Such
song.
a vibey song, but their choreography to it, again, it's just like, I just wanted to be in it. It was so, so good. The accents, the costume. It looks like they're having so fun. Like, I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's working. I could have watched them dance all weekend. It was so, so good. And then also, it's not just like their seniors either, because one of their younger dancers in that competitive petite icon of the year, number 4 Vogue, Vivian Durosset, she's one to watch. One to watch. So yeah, I don't know where Starstruck Academy came from, but I was like, wait, this studio has something so fun and funky, but like still so crisp and clean. Ate it up. Loved you guys so much.
Ate it up.
Thank you guys for coming to Ultra, you guys. And I feel like those are the studios that thrive at Ultra. You know what I mean? And I wish I knew her name. There's this one blonde girl. You know who you are. Every single routine, the most full out. Facials, attack. Like, no words. No words. Loved you guys. Truly.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I have one more. It's from Ultra Denver, the convention center. This is 282 I'm a Bee. This one was already posted on social, but our merch girl Kaylee said that I have to talk about this and we have to highlight another moment of the piece because it was just that good. She said, and I quote, "Little baddies in uniform literally dropped my merch and my mind gravitated towards the stage. It was insane."
That sounds like Kaylee.
Yeah. No, and I watched it. We just sat there and watched it together. Same reaction that she had. She was like, yes, it's so good. The whole time. It is that good. And then she was like, I was waiting for the power performance. I was waiting. Didn't come, but she was like, it's her power performance, which is honestly an honor, I think. It was giving like Brat Summer Part 2, but better. Like they in neon green, like little cute outfits. Like just like a girl group that like knows what's up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Bee. Come on. Like, yeah, that just so fun. And their plie, when I was watching this, their plie was probably the like lowest, deepest, and there was a lot of plies in there. I know their quads were burning by the end of that dance. It was so fun. I was like, you guys, this is good. This is good stuff. So Kaylee, thank you for giving us that one. That one, we needed to talk about it. But first overall, ultra competitive teen small group work.
Okay. You know I'm gonna bring this up right now. I'm looking at our producer Ansel right now because we're having a full-on debate this season. It's happening every single weekend.
Oh,
which
song? Yeah. I'm a Bee.
I'm a Bee wins for me.
What was the other one?
What's the other one?
Boom Boom Pow's better.
Okay, that's
yeah,
right.
I'm a bee and boom boom pow.
No, see, I didn't even remember what the other one was because I said I'm a bee hands down.
Well, I heard I'm a bee when she was talking about it, and I immediately looked at you.
Yeah, and I immediately looked at him. And that's the thing. I want you guys to comment because this is an actual debate within our company right now.
It's a fight.
And it's kind of 50-50. It's kind of 50-50, I feel like. So I'm just curious. Put your comments down below.
I feel like I'm a bee and boom boom pow. They like both hit that. They like scratch the itch
They do.
that I
They
need.
do.
But which one is better?
I'm a bee. I'm a bee.
Okay,
It's
after
just-
seeing this piece though, I feel like this is I maybe might have swayed the other way at some point, but I think I'm a bee. It's like I'm a bee. Like come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think I'm a bee.
Yeah.
But you tell us down below in the comments.
Please.
Yeah, let us know.
But overall, I think this Denver Convention Center show, like, okay, Kitty Lee Dance Studio, you guys swept.
Yes.
I was scrolling through that results page. Kitty Lee. Every
You're
single
like,
time. I'm
hello?
like, hello? Never seen you guys, but I love you now. Big fan.
I love Kitty Lee. I remember my first show. It was like Omaha, 2018, when I saw them, and I was like, love.
Yeah,
You're like hello.
Yep.
Eat it
They're
up.
so good.
And I think that they're gonna say I'm a bee. I would just guess maybe they would pick I'm a bee.
They
Like,
probably
Take
would.
our side.
come on.
But I also like boom boom pow.
Wait, you're switching up?
Yeah, you gotta pick
I
one.
never picked.
So pick right now.
I would say boom boom pow because I had to dance to it when I was growing up. And you drop it low during that.
2 against 1.
And as a kid, you're like,
But like, no, it's just, you just don't get it. It's okay.
Somebody
You just
needs
don't
to
get it.
do a group dance. I'm gonna say a mega group for Ultra with a mix between both songs.
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah.
Somebody do it.
Maybe that's the battlegrounds battle is Ansel,
That's good.
That is good.
crowd favorite.
Uh-huh.
We'll see. We'll find out.
We'll see who cheers louder.
Yeah.
It's like during awards. Okay. Anyways, the final performance that I want to talk about is from Car Fredericksburg. It was 432 Nana. This is Sabrina from the Dance Academy of Loudon. She did an aerial from the floor, and I was like, hello?
Wow.
Where did you learn that? How did you learn that? Did you get permission? Because that was really cool. I happened to be walking over from stage 1. Stage 2 had all of the elite solos on it. So I was walking over to check on the team, see how they were doing over there. And I saw her walking on stage, and I was like, the intention already from her walking on stage, I had to like crouch down and run to the table really fast because I was like, I want to watch this. She ended up winning first overall, rightfully so. Killed it. It was very necessary to watch from the front because the way that she locked everyone in at the table, every single judge, tally, MC, photo, like she had you in. She got you just by the walk onto the stage. And I was like, that's what makes a confident, well-known, established dancer who just can and capture every single person. I bet she got the whole audience locked in on her too. Just the way that she walked on stage and gotcha.
Yeah.
She's like, gotcha.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like I remember my teachers telling me, like when I was little, they're like, you should be able to capture your audience with just walking on or just
Yeah.
in your eyes. And it's like most of the things we talk about, that's like how it starts. It's like they walked on stage and it was in their eyes.
Yeah.
It was. You just
can
knew.
tell. You can tell the confidence.
Yeah. The way
Yeah.
they walk.
They tell you that when you walk into an audition room too. Like they're watching you from the moment you walk in, the moment you sign your name down on the paper.
Yep.
Yeah, she killed it. Great job, girl. You're a star.
Okay, my last one is going to be our studio highlight. This was a brand new studio to our competition circuit. This is Summit Dance Academy. Shout out Heather. Thank you for giving us a chance. I loved having you guys. They're typically a more like convention style studio. They don't really do competitions. So the fact that they gave Ultra a chance, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys made the weekend so phenomenal. Okay, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the dancer with the broken leg who came out on crutches for every group photo. I know how hard it is to watch your team compete without you, and you have to sit on the sidelines or sit in the crowd and cheer them on. And I understand how heartbreaking that is. However, you being there, cheering them on, being that supportive team member helped them get that win. So just know that. I love when, I know how hard it is. It sucks.
Yeah.
And so, especially you're a dancer, you want to dance. But kudos to you for showing up for your team, being a team player, taking those photos because you helped them get that win. I just had to throw that out there. Okay. Hopping into the performances. 163, My Demise. This was a duet power performance. Stunning. Absolutely obsessed. This was just the great kind of kickoff to what I would say would be an amazing weekend. Second, 185, Sky Full of Stars. This routine was like their juniors. Loved. I'm excited to see them in like 5 years because I feel like this team danced so well together. You can tell they're really honing in on that younger group and getting them to be like what is going to ultimately be that elite level. Absolutely love this routine. You can tell they're so little, but they're dancing so big. I just loved them. Next performance that I'm going to talk about was very ultra. It's called 314 Tonal Shift. Got a power performance. Their costume and their makeup was really intriguing. They had like a silver kind of mask painted on. Very ultra, very cool shapes and body and transitions. And it was just one of those routines where I was like, this is the most ultra routine I've ever seen. Loved it. Then they did 363 Women of the Working Class, which this was a really cool concept. The main girl, it started with basically them all holding a red suit. And then throughout the dance, she like put it on and was like a full on working woman. And then at the end, they like took it all off of her.
Wow.
Interesting. Loved it.
I love dance. That's
Loved
so cool.
it. And I also just wanted to give a shout out to Madeline Diachok. All weekend, my eyes were going to her, and she ended up getting that senior icon winner for 413 Your Clown. Gorgeous routine. I mean, that song always gets you, but she just did it so phenomenally. I could list 10 more. I truly, like, I was just in awe the whole weekend. Loved having them. They're such good kids, such an amazing staff, so lovely to have at our show. I hope you guys come back. It was such a great weekend with you guys. So thank you, Summit Dance Academy.
I love that.
I love them.
What a fun weekend.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Huge weekend, but so fun.
It was huge. And then obviously we had all these other shows happening across the country. So I was like, MC team,
help.
Drop what you want us to talk about. So really quickly, Olivia was over in Rainbow Cedar Rapids and she chose 359 Between These Hands from Debut Dance. I loved this. They wore these white gloves and the song had like men screaming behind it. It almost reminded me of that scene in Les Mis where it's like all the men rowing. And it's just like that constant like soundtrack of rowing.
I love that.
That's kind of what it sounded like, was like just men fighting and like continuing perseverance. It was just so well done. I loved it. The next one I'm going to talk about was from Car Minneapolis, Adria. She was like, I cannot just pick one. This was all from Spotlight Productions Dance Studio, but I'm going to pick this one. 764 For You. This dance was spooky. You were talking about Hairography earlier.
Wait,
this
I think I
dance
saw a
was
clip
giving
of
like
this one.
Exorcist vibes.
Yes.
It was so cool. I mean, I'm like, because yes, it was dance, but it was more than that. It was just the movement that they were doing continuously. Everything was so intentional. The confidence of that one main girl towards the end of, I really don't even know how to describe it. Like, I know we're going to be posting it because it's
1000%.
insane. I could tell it was like one of those routines where I was like, if I was there in person, it would be one of those shows where like it's silent and everyone's just like
wow.
Yes, it was insane. Like, probably one of the favorite numbers that I've ever seen this season. And I wish I saw it in person because I can just tell it was one of those. It was just cool. It was different. It was spooky. Loved it. Shout out to Brittany and Elise. You guys are doing it right over there.
Yeah.
I mean, how do I get on a Minneapolis show?
What
do I gotta do?
I love a Minneapolis show. The talent is just unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Crazy. Okay, then we're going to hop over to Car Detroit. Serena was there. She chose 541 Dance for Me from Mary Skiba School of Dance. This dance, you guys, was super
watched this
cool.
one
You
too.
did?
Yes.
Okay, so this was like a very cool concept. It was a hip hop routine. Basically, it was giving like Suits controlling entertainers, the big machine industry. There was like little machine sounds. She was almost like getting cranked up to perform for everyone, but then the table flipped and she controlled everyone and she was the puppet master. It was such a good routine. I can see why she loved it so much. So amazing job, Dance for Me. And then last but certainly not least, this was Rainbow Chicago. This was the overall staff pick. This was 508 In My Eyes, The Lake from LM Premier Dance. This dancer's name is Lena Paparis, and she came out in overalls and a bandana.
Okay.
So I was like, already, I was like, she's cool. Like, she's cool. Like, she's coming out in all denim. Like, she's about to do something. And it was such a cool routine. It was a spoken word. The best way I can describe it was its pure artistry. The confidence that you have to be able to do a piece like this. Yeah. Like, this is like elite, in my opinion.
Professional.
It's, yes.
Yeah.
It was so smooth and so stiff. And she would get stuck in the, stunning. It made me jealous that I wasn't at all these other shows, but I'm so happy I was at my show. But like, I wish I could be everywhere all at once.
But like such cool talent at every single show this past weekend.
Yeah, and it's the part in the season too where I feel like people are really
they're pushing. For
yes.
everything.
They're locked
working.
in.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why everything's like so good right now.
Yeah, obsessed. It makes
We
me
see
love
We see it. We see your work.
It was just so cool. And then I do want to just touch on, so not at my Denver show, at the other Denver show, we had the Colorado School of Dance competing with us, and we had our special guest, Miss Karen Levin. She is a mom of one of our DAC Hope Stories who had passed away years ago. However, she started Dalton's Moon Foundation, which is a foundation that does tons of fundraising. They donate to research. They donate to us as Dancers Against Cancer. So we got Karen up on stage sharing Dalton's story. She donates $1,000 on behalf of the Colorado School of Dance every single year. And she's just such a light in this world. It's always cool to hear from our parents and, our dance families that have received that financial support from Dancers Against Cancer, and they know how important it is. And, I think it just makes an impact when people see one of their own dance parents get up and speak about the impact it's making. So shout out to Karen. Thank you to Dalton's Moon Foundation. We are so grateful to have your support year after year. And yeah, it was just, Denver was such a good weekend. It really, really was. So thank you guys for your support as always.
Where are you going this weekend?
Where am I going this? Anaheim. So we have 2 stages in Anaheim for Ultra again.
Ooh. I will be in North Carolina for Ultra.
Yep.
So I'm excited.
I'll be at Rainbow, Milwaukee.
You did that last year, right?
I did. A little Cheeseland.
Oh, yum.
Yum. A little cheese curd.
Insert the photo of Nurka with her cheese head on right now. Drop it.
That was a good photo.
It is a good photo. Well, as always, thank you guys for watching. We have so many more exciting announcements as we head into final season. Obviously, we have a lot of summer events happening as well. So make sure you're following all things Playback Podcast, CAR, Rainbow, Ultra, DAC. Follow Industry Dance Awards as well. We're going to be posting on there a little bit more as we head into this season. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the road. Bye.